He's trying to rattle you.
You got here just in time for the death rattle.
I even created my own original milkshake, Lavoin's Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Hey there, and welcome back to TalkWord. This is the show where we get really into the stories behind English words. And today, we've got a great one. It's a word you can hear, a word you can do, and even a word you can feel. So let's get ready to understand rattle. Okay, let's start with a sound. Just picture this for a second. You're walking down the street, and you hear this noise coming from your pocket. Or maybe an old car is driving by, and it's making this specific kind of sound. What is that sound you're imagining?
Yeah, that's the sound. That kind of shh noise. That is the sound of a rattle. And today, we're going to break down every single part of this super useful word.
All right, so before we dive into all the different ways you can use rattle, we've got to get to its core, its foundation, and it all starts with that one very specific sound. So, here's the key thing to remember. A rattle is a very specific kind of noise. It's not just one big bang or a long Nope. It's a whole series of quick, sharp sounds, one after another. Just imagine a bunch of small, hard things knocking against each other, over and over again. And what's so cool is just how common this sound is, right? You hear it all the time. Your keys rattling in your pocket, a baby shaking a toy to make that noise, or, that mysterious rattle coming from an old car's engine. Heck, even a rattlesnake's tail makes this exact sound. So many different objects, but they all share that same core sound. Okay, so we've got the sound down. Now let's see how we can build on that. Because once you understand the sound, you can start using rattle as an action, as a verb. It's literally the act of making that noise. And using it as a verb is super straightforward. Like in the present tense, you could say, the windows rattle in the wind. If it happened before, the box rattled when I shook it. And if it's happening right this second, something is rattling in the trunk. See? It's just the doing word for making that sound. All right, so rattle can be a sound and it can be an action. But wait, there's more. It can also be a thing, a noun, and this is where it gets interesting, because as a noun, it has two very specific and very different meanings. So here they are, the two main noun forms. On one hand, you've got a baby's toy, the thing designed specifically to make that noise when they shake it. And then, on the other hand, it's that part at the end of a rattlesnake's tail, the part it shakes to warn you. I mean, how wild is that? Two totally different things, both named for the exact same sound they make. Okay, now we get to my favorite part. We've talked about the sound, the action, and the thing, but how can a sound also describe a feeling, a human emotion? This, my friends, is where the English language gets really fun. Let's just look at an example. The difficult question seemed to rattle the experienced speaker. Now think about that. Did the question literally make a sh sound? No, of course not. So, what does it actually mean to rattle someone? Well, when you're rattled, it means you feel all shaken up on the inside. It's such a perfect metaphor, isn't it? Because when you feel rattled, it's like your thoughts and your confidence are literally shaking around, knocking into each other, just completely out of your control. That physical sound has become an internal feeling. Here's another great one. Don't let their angry comments rattle you. Just stay calm. That is some solid advice, right? It's saying don't let their words shake your confidence. Don't let them make you nervous. You want to stay solid, composed, not all shaken up and rattling on the inside.
Wow. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground with just this one little word. So let's do a quick recap, just to pull all these ideas together and make sure everything sticks.
So just remember the whole rattle family. It all kicks off with the sound, right? That series of short, sharp noises. From that sound, we get the action, the verb, to rattle. Then we get the thing, the noun, either a baby's toy or a snake's tail. And finally, we get the feeling, that idiom, to be nervous or all shaken up. Pretty amazing. 4 different meanings, all starting from one single sound. I really hope this deep dive into rattle was useful for you. And hey, if you love digging into words just like this, you should totally check out the TalkWord mobile app. It's awesome. It lets you practice your English by making your very own mini explainers. And you even get 2 friendly hosts to help guide you. It's just a really fun way to share what you're learning. And I want to leave you with a little something to think about. What other English words have totally surprised you with all their different meanings? Language is just full of these little puzzles, So keep exploring, stay curious, and thanks so much for joining me here on TalkWord.
She can rattle off pages of this stuff.
Why would you be so churlish with the very man most likely to lift you from your stinking rattle?